Lob it to Ryan Perez in the paint off a couple of screens.
Esquivel to Garcia. Off the deflection. Los Fresnos comes back and wins. Now Santa Maria will put up a three. Bang! Santa Maria!
There's Warner. Here comes a headed jam. Counted for two.
The field. Adios! And the Falcons win on a walk-off.
And it's saved.
What a game. Smack to the left. That is gone.
Lob for Perez. That's my play. Off the backboard. Counted and a win.
And a win. Ryan Perez wins the game for the Santa Rosa Warriors, and they go nuts. And why not?
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Real Sports Live. I'm Mark Molina, and we're coming to you from Somerset High School for Game 2 of this Class 5A Regional Semifinal Best of 3 Series. And Game 1 going to Leander 11-1 here. And Game 2 underway, with Game 3 set to follow on Saturday. And I just want to, first of all, welcome everybody in. You're watching Real Sports Live. I'm Mark Molina on the call here tonight. And we're in the middle of the starting lineup, so we'll get into that, and then we'll go over a quick recap of yesterday, starting from the top for Corpus Christi Carroll. Batting first is going to be Lindsay Leal at shortstop. And in left field, Ayla Mata. And at third base, Rayan Avalos. Batting fourth, the pitcher, Vanessa Quiroga. Batting fifth, Jasmine Trevino, the designated player, batting sixth. And at second base, Kaylin Mendez, batting seventh. And the catcher, number 15, Allison Garcia, batting eighth. Bree Herrera at first. Batting ninth in center field, Haley Duran. And the flex player, Jazz Miller, number 20. That's the lineup for the Carroll Tigers. And for the Leander Lady Lions, batting first at left field, Megan Lee. Batting second, Madeline Strader at shortstop. And batting third, number 27 at center field, Bailey Brandon. Batting fourth, number 6, Marley Nisus, the catcher. Batting fifth, Delaney Brunker, the designated player. Batting sixth, number 2, Bella Ruff at second base. Batting seventh, number 21, and today's pitcher, Lauren Tetrault. And batting eighth, Chrisma Edmondson at third base. And batting ninth, Paige McCall in right field. And the flex player is going to be number 17, S.J. Guerin. That's your starting lineup here. Last night, Leander with an 11-1 victory, able to get to the pitcher Vanessa Quiroga, and cued to the victory by the junior pitcher Savannah Guerin. Allowed just 1 run on 5 hits, but pitched 6 scoreless innings. And she was big in last night's win, but Leander able to pick up runs, 4 multi-run innings last night. But right now we're going to have the national anthem, and then we'll get right back to the recap. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to bring you back with the first pitch right after this. This is Real Sports Live. Keep it here.
Be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable. For condo and beach house rentals, call and visit the website today. Island Services.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for a fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to get underway, and leading off for Corpus Christi Carroll is going to be number 2 is the senior shortstop, Lindsay Leal. And yesterday, Leal had just 1 hit in her 3 at bat. She was 1 for 2 with and reached on an error in 3 attempts at the plate. And Carroll just last night just registering 5 hits. So on the other side, giving up 12 as Leander brought in 11 runs on 12 hits last night. As this first pitch comes in, called strike 1. And this is the senior in the circle, Lauren Tetrault. Tasked with the start today for Leander as this pitch comes in a little high outside for ball number 1. And if you guys are watching, make sure to give this video a like and a share if you're watching on Facebook, on Twitter, or on YouTube. We also can be found on the Roku network. That's Real Sports Live, RIO Sports Live. And this is a swing and a miss for Leal for strike number 2. So this is game 2. Tomorrow, should we need a game 3, we'll be right back here. And count 1 and 2. This one comes in low outside for ball number 2. And the count even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes for the leadoff batter, Leal. And 2-2 pitch on the way from Tetrault, and this one's going to be fouled off and into the net. So on the slate tonight here, we have Cal Allen taking on Fredericksburg. That game started a while ago. And then we also have Los Fresnos taking on Austin Bowie. That one gets going at 7 o'clock, as this one's going to be fouled off once again. And we have a little bit of baseball too. Edinburgh Vela at Los Fresnos. That's a 1-game playoff in the regional quarterfinals. Also, game number 2, Corpus Christi Ray taking on Corpus Christi Veterans at 7. And this is a swing and a miss for strike number 3. And 1 down here. Going to the plate, Ayla Mata. So swing and miss there for Mata for strike number 1. Looking at Mata's day yesterday, 0 for 3 at the plate. Did have a sac bunt to move a couple of runners over, did Mata on her second at bat, but 0 for 3 last night as a whole as she gets a piece of this one. Fouls it off. The count 0 and 2. No balls, 2 strikes. And this one comes in for strike number 3, and that's 2 down here for Carroll. Back-to-back strikeouts for Tetralt. And here comes Rayan Avalos to the plate. So 2 down, nobody on here for Avalos, and here's the first pitch comes in. Called strike number 1 down the middle by Tetralt. It's off to a good start here, a couple of strikeouts for her. And the count 0-1. Here comes the pitch, and this one a little outside, swing and a miss for number 10, the senior Rayan Avalos. And swing and a miss. This one popped up and over. I mean, not a miss, excuse me. And the count going to stay 0-2. That one's fouled off. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Tetralt, and Avalos sends this one over to the third baseman, who makes the throw, and that's going to be a ground out for the out number 3. And to the 5-3 put out. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Carroll Tigers in the top of the first inning. So we're through half an inning. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back right after this.
And he throws it down. See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And he throws it down. See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Leading off for Leander is number 4, Megan Lee. And this first pitch comes in ball number 1, and Vanessa Quiroga. In the circle for Corpus Christi Carroll. So they count 2-0 here for the leadoff batter, Megan Lee, and this pitch comes in strike number 1. You say rough day for Quiroga, as we mentioned. 12 hits given up at 11 runs. Scoring there on her. And they count 2-1 here for leadoff batter. And she's going to make contact here, and this one goes just foul as it towed the third base line there a bit. So looking at Lee yesterday, started out for 2, but then picked up a single and an RBI double. And a couple of RBI doubles, so she started out for 2 and had 3 straight hits, and here's another one to add for the series. So she can get on base here, a leadoff single. So if you go back to yesterday, that's 4 straight hits for Megan Lee. She was 3 for 5 yesterday, and now starts off here with a leadoff single. And look at this one more time. She hits it up right up the middle. Here's a pitch in and just makes good contact there, and able to pick up the leadoff single. And one on here for Leander. And coming to the plate now is going to be number 8, the freshman Madeline Strader. Strader yesterday, a couple of hits, a couple of RBI at the plate for her as this first pitch comes in, ball number 1. So runner on and nobody out here in the bottom of the first for Leander. Here's the next pitch from Quiroga on the way. This one comes in, strike 1. Count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. And Strader readies now, and here's the pitch from Quiroga, and this one put down and going to be called foul. And we count 1 and 2 here for Strader. And the 1-2 pitch on the way. Here it is outside, low for ball number 2. Count 2 and 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Count even at 2, 2-2 pitch on the way here from Quiroga, and this one hit over to short, and here's a throw. Made in time, and there's the out at first, and the ground is short, and the runner's going to advance to second after the 6-3 put out for out number 1. So 1 out and a runner at second now. And coming to the plate now, it's Bailey Brandon. Hit a solo shot yesterday, did Brandon. Hit the solo shot to lead off the top of the 5th inning yesterday. She made it 6-0. Yesterday, Leander put up 5 runs in the first 2 innings, nothing in the 3rd and 4th, and then put it on over the next couple of innings to finish the game winners 11-1. Here's the next pitch on the way from Quiroga, and here is Brandon, and how about this one for a 2-run shot back the other way, this one over the right field fence. And just like that, it's a 2-0 lead for Leander, and a 2-run shot here by Bailey Brandon, her second of the series. And that one into the tree in right field. And let's take a look at that one once again. As Nisus comes to the plate, and here's the pitch, and Brandon eyed it and just watches it hit the tree there in the outfield for the 2-run shot, and now it's 2-0. So here comes Nisus, who had a really solid game yesterday. Started the game 2-0 with a RBI single. Going to start here with the fly out to right. So 2 down here. And here comes Delaney Brunker. Two out and nobody on here for Brunker. And Leander getting on quick here, and that home run by Brunker. A 2-run shot to bring in the leadoff batter, Megan Lee. And count 1-0 here for Brunker, and the other way, and this one over the fence, a solo shot, and Leander on fire here early. And this one back the other way to left field, and take a look at that one again. Brunker just sat there waiting on it and sent it over into the parking lot. Take another look at that. And the score is 3-0. And here comes Bella Ruff. This first pitch comes in. Ball number 1. So 5 batters gone for Leander. A couple of home runs and a base hit and a 3-0 lead for the Lions. Here's the next pitch from Quiroga, and this one fouled off by Ruff, even the count up at 1-1. Next pitch in for ball number 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, looking at our live feed, just want to welcome everybody who's watching in on our Facebook and those of you watching it on YouTube and Twitter as well. This pitch comes in outside for ball number 3. Make sure to give this video a like and pass it along, pass the word to those who may be looking for the feed. And just let everybody know you're watching. That's Real Sports Live, RIO Sports Live. And the count 3-1 here for Bella Ruff. And here's Ruff. Puts this one up and sends it foul. Up the right field line, and the count gonna go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And here's the 3-2 pitch on the way. And this one in the high outside corner for strike number 3. And down goes right to end the inning. But 3 runs come in on 3 hits. There was no errors. And there was nobody left on base for Leander in the bottom of the first. They go yard twice here off a 2-run shot by Bailey Brandon and a solo shot over the left field fence from Delaney Brunker, and it's a 3-0 lead here. We're through 1 complete, headed to the top of the 2nd inning. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 2nd inning here for the Carroll Lady Tigers. Leading off is going to be the pitcher, Vanessa Quiroga, coming to the plate.
Leading off for Carroll, the top of the 2nd, is number 1, Vanessa Quiroga.
And this first pitch comes in high and outside, and Quiroga yesterday and did not register a hit in 3 plate appearances. Over 2 and then reached on an error in the bottom of the first. And Quiroga's going to foul this one off here, and the count goes to 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike. And the count even at 1, and Tetrault ready for the next pitch. This one comes in inside. This one comes in, count now 1 and 2. This one going to be called foul. And 1-2 pitch on the way from Tetrault. This one comes in high for ball 2. And count 2-2 here for Quiroga. And Quiroga right up the middle, and this is going to be a leadoff hit for her. It's going to be her first hit of the series. And the leadoff single here for Quiroga to put a runner on for Jasmine Trevino to come up to the plate. And looking at yesterday for Carroll, they were able to get some runners on, but unable to bring him around. Left 2 runners on in the bottom of the first, 1 in the bottom of the second. Left the bases loaded in the bottom of the third, and a runner in the bottom of the fourth. So a few early opportunities for them they weren't able to cash in on. We're going to get a pinch runner in here for Quiroga. That's going to be number 22, Gabby Acuna. Running at first for Vanessa Quiroga. And coming to the plate now, it's going to be number 7, Jasmine Trevino. Here's the pitch, this one. Low and inside for ball number 1. And the count 1-0. Next pitch comes in, and this one going to be fouled off as Trevino showed bunt there, and it's going to go foul for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. So the count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. And Trevino. Heading over to Coach AJ Caballero. And here she comes back and is going to settle into the batter's box once again with the count 1-1. No outs and a runner at first. And this one, up and under, it is going to be third baseman number 9, Chrisma Edmondson. Makes play for out number 1. So 1 down and a runner at first, and here comes Caitlin Mendez. And this one fouled off, up and over the net right behind her. And the count 0-1 here for Mendez. So Mendez behind in the count 0-1, was 0 for 3 at the plate last night. And he gets a piece of this one, sends it foul once again. Count 0-2. So here's the 0-2 pitch on the way. And this one popped up and over once again. And the count going to stay 0-2 here. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Tetrol. This one into the turf and allowing the runner to come around and settle in at second. So the count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and a runner now at second for Carroll. And this one sent foul once again. And the count going to remain 1-2, and the sophomore Mendez. And they're making contact. And 1-2 pitch on the way from Tetrol. And Mendez sends it into the left for the flyout for out number 2. going to be 2 down here with a runner on. And here comes Allison Garcia, the catcher. So here's the first pitch in, and Garcia's going to foul this one off. Up and over the stands here. And the count 0-1 here. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, and a runner at second. And here's Tetrault, and this one sent foul once again, and the count 0-2. And 0-2 pitch on the way, and Garcia sends it foul the other way. And she settles back into the batter's box and 0-2. 0-2 pitch on the way from Tetrault. This one a little high, comes in outside for ball number 1. And here's Tetrault with the 1-2 pitch, and Garcia sends a bouncer up the near third base. This one goes foul, and the count going to go to 1-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And 1-2 pitch on the way, and Garcia once again going to send it foul. And lengthy at bat here for Garcia. She's in there battling. She's fouled off a couple here. It's coming to the plate, and the count going to stay 1-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch comes in high outside for ball 2. Even the count up now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs, and a runner at second. Here in the top of the second for Carroll. And a 2-2 pitch on the way from Tetrault, and Garcia going to send it into the net once again. And they count 2-2 here for Garcia, who's just stuck in the middle here of this lengthy at bat as she's sends several foul. And swinging a miss there, this one high for strike number 3. And Tetrault gets the better of that one here, and that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning, and that's going to be the 3rd strikeout for Tetrault. So no runs on 1 hit, there was no errors, and there was 1 left on base for Carroll on the top of the 2nd inning. Headed to the bottom, Leander coming to the plate. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back.
My name is Angela Rodriguez, and I am one of the owners here at Main Street Boutique and Bistro. We heard about the rent subsidy grant, so we contacted Rebecca Castillo with the EDC, and she was very helpful. She told us what we needed to do, the requirements, and helped us go through the application process.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the second inning, leading off for Leander is going to be number 21, the pitcher, Lauren Tetrault. And Tetrault coming to the plate. So far, so good for her in the circle. 2 scoreless innings so far, and 3 strikeouts for her, just allowing the 1 hit. And this one, as she swings, sends it into the net behind her for foul ball, and the count 0-1. So leadoff batter here, Tetrault, 0-1 in the count against Vanessa Quiroga, who's allowed 3 runs on 3 hits and given up a couple of home runs here early in a rough first inning. And here's the 0-1 pitch from her. And this one, high for ball 1. Count 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike. This pitch comes in down the middle for strike number 2. One ball, 2 strikes here for Tetrault, the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the second for Leander. And here's Quiroga about to deliver the 1-2 pitch. Here it is, outside for ball 2. And the count 2-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes here for Tetrault. 2-2 pitch on the way from Quiroga, and Tetrault right to the third baseman. And Ray Alnavalos with the quick glove there. And that's going to be 1 down here for Leander. And here comes Chrisma Edmondson. This first pitch coming in outside for ball 1. And here's Quiroga. Next pitch, that one away inside, called strike number 1 to even up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. With 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. And Carroll, one of several Coastal Bend teams still alive, and one of 2 29-5A teams still alive. Victoria West made it to the 4th round as well. And Carroll and Victoria West representing that 29-5A district. And this pitch outside for strike number 2. Count 1-2 here for Quiroga. Cat Island playing near here at Jordanton against Fredericksburg. They're up 1-0 in their series, and Bishop Santa Gertrudis also winners yesterday. Their series will continue tomorrow, but they're up 1 game each in those series. Should they win, they should meet in the regional final. So a lot of exciting softball going on in the Coastal Bend area. And also for the Rio Grande Valley, Los Fresnos taking on Austin Bowie Over at Cabinets Field tonight in Corpus Christi, Kevin Naro on the call. That one should get going around 7 p.m. So you'll be able to watch that here and much more on Real Sports Live. So here's the next pitch coming from Quiroga. 1-2 pitch on the way. This one comes in high for ball number 2 and count even now for Chrisma Edmondson. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Let's pitch high once again. The count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the count full here for Edmondson. 3-2. And here's Quiroga with 3-2 pitch on the way. This one high for ball 4. And Edmondson going to take her base. So it's going to be a runner on. And here comes number 14, Paige McCall, with a runner on and 1 out here. So here's a pitch from Quiroga. This one comes in low outside for ball number 1. Next pitch underway from Quiroga. Swing and a miss there for strike number 1. Count even now, 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out and a runner at first for Leander here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Right now Leander up 3-0, but should Carroll come back and force game 3, we'll be back here tomorrow. But tomorrow another full slate of games in the Coastal Bend and here in the northern areas. And Pro Sports got you covered. Be sure to head over to our Facebook and YouTube for archive of some of the games we've covered. You can find most of them. Some have been removed, but we'll be put it back up at the conclusion of the softball season as this pitch comes in outside. Here's the throw over to second, and they're going to get Edmondson sliding into second there, and for out number 2. That's a nice play made there from the catcher. And the count 2-2 now. And let's look at the replay here. This pitch comes in outside, but Garcia just makes a nice throw over there to second, and Edmondson caught sliding in. So the count 2-2 now with nobody on here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And here comes the 2-2 pitch from Quiroga. And this one fouled off now, and the count even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. For the junior Paige McCall. And here's the 2-2 pitch, and Quiroga delivers it here. This one high for ball 3. And the count full at 3-2. So McCall settles in and she awaits a 3-2 pitch from Quiroga. And here's the pitch underway, and McCall sends this one deep to left and fouls it off. And the count remains full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. For McCall, 2 down and nobody on. And Kiddo got ready for the 3-2 pitch on the way here, and McCall is going to foul this one off toward the left field line once again. And the count going to stay full, 3-2. And full count, 3-2, and 3-2 pitch on the way from Quiroga, and this one way inside, and McCall going to take her base on the hit by pitch. And that's going to be a runner on first now with 2 down, and coming to the plate back to the top of the lineup. And it's going to be Megan Lee, 1 for 1 with a single to lead things off back in the bottom of the first. So here's the first pitch, and Quiroga delivers this one outside for strike number 1. And here comes Lee, see if she can keep the momentum from the end of yesterday's game into the start of this one. We mentioned, dating back to last night, 4 straight plate appearances with a hit. And this one comes in low and outside for ball number 1. And the count even at 1, 1 ball, 1 strike with a runner at first after the hit by pitch. And the count 1-1. Here's Quiroga. And the 1-1 pitch, and this one going to be called foul. As Lee shows a bunt there, the count goes to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Quiroga readies for the 1-2 pitch. On its way, this one called ball 2. And the count even now, 2s across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs with a runner at first. And Quiroga ready, 2-2 pitch on the way. And Lee sends this one right over the glove of Rayanne Avalos for a single, and starts off this game 2 for 2. And runners at first and second with 2 out. And here comes number 8, Madeline Strader. Strader 0 for 1 on the day with a 6-3 put out in the bottom of the first. And coming to the plate here with 2 out and 2 on. And she gets this pitch in the left field right over the third baseman's glove, and that's going to be a 2 RBI double for her. And Leander tacks onto their lead. And that brings in McCall and Lee and makes it a 5-0 lead here for Leander. Look at that replay, just identical placement to Lee's single just moments before, and she gets a piece of that one and sends it in. It goes rolling to that left wall. And 2 more runners score for Leander. And here comes Bailey Brandon, 1 for 1 with the 2-run shot, and she's going to get walked. And that's going to put runners at first and second now. So after the intentional walk, coming up, it's going to be Marley Nisus, who's 0 for 1. The fly out the first time up, but yesterday had a pretty good start to the game. A couple RBIs, a couple of hits for her. But comes to the plate with 2 on and 2 out. And Nisus sends this one into left field, and that's going to load the bases. And here comes Brunker, and Brunker with a solo shot. Her last time up, and after they intentionally walk Bailey Brandon, Brunker comes to the plate with the bases loaded, 2 outs here, and they're going to have a little meeting in the circle. So while the Carroll Tigers discuss a little bit, we'll take a quick break. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bases loaded for Leander with 2 outs and coming to the plate. And it's the junior Delaney Brunker, and Quiroga delivers his first pitch for ball 1. And Brunker, the solo shot back in the bottom of the first. And she represents the 8th batter coming up to the plate this inning. Here's the next pitch coming in from Quiroga, called strike 1. Count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike here for Brunker. Count 1-1. Next pitch on the way, and swing and a miss. And the throw over to third, and that's going to be an error and another run coming in for Leander. Let's check the call here with the officials. We'll go back to the replay and check that out. See the throw just off the mark there. I'll look at that one more time. I think they're checking to see if Brunker had left the batter's box, and I believe it's going to be so, but let's check it out here. See the pitch, the swing and the miss, but Brunker stood there, and you see her at the very last second just kind of moseys on out of the box as she notices what's happening. So we're going to bring the runner back, and it's going to stay 5-0 on the interference call. So with that, the count 1-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes for Brunker. And as you see on the replay, just kind of took her a second to see what was going on, and as she wasn't intentionally able to get out of the box when she noticed, but a little too late by that time. And here's a 1-2 pitch. This one comes in high, a little outside for ball 2. And the count even at 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And Brunker gets a piece of that one and fouls it off up and over the netting. And the count gonna stay 2-2. This next pitch, the 2-2 pitch comes in, called ball 3, and the count full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes for Brunker. And Brunker settles back into the box, and full count, 3-2 pitch coming up from Quiroga. And 3-2 pitch on the way from Quiroga, and this one on that, it's going to be a ball 4 and a walk. And coming in is going to be Madeline Strader. And the base is going to be loaded, and that's a run walked in, and here comes number 2, Bella Ruff. And much to the chagrin of the Carroll faithful here, but nonetheless, a walk and a runner brought in, and lead now 6-0. But bases loaded here for Isabella Ruff. Here's the first pitch. This one called strike 1. So Leander throwing up another 3-run inning after getting 3 in the bottom of the first and 3 more here. And that was, and 2 of them coming in off a 2 RBI double off the bat from freshman Madeline Strader, who just came across home plate after that run was walked in. So a little discussion by the Carroll infield, and we will resume here. The count 0-1, no ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. This one in a little low into the turf for ball number 1. The count even at 1. Count 1-1. Here's the pitch, and this one's sent to center for the fly out, and out number 3. And And Leander leaves the bases loaded, but bringing 3 runs here in this inning. So 3 runs come in on 3 hits. There was no errors. There was 1 left on base. Before Leander in the bottom of the second, we're through 2 complete, and we're headed to the top of the third. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
Hi, I'm Rod Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the top of the 3rd inning, and Bree Herrera coming to the plate, and this one gonna fall in the middle of a couple of white jerseys there, and Herrera gonna get on and lead off here. And that's gonna be a leadoff double here, just what the doctor ordered for the Carroll Lady Tigers. And here comes number 11, the senior, Haley Duran. See the replay on our split screen here. The center fielder and the second baseman both convening on the ball there, but falling nonetheless. And Carroll's got a runner on here. And count 1-0, and then this one, Duran sends it into left for the fly out, and out number 1. And 1 down and a runner on. And we're cycling around to the top of the lineup here, and senior Lindsay Leal comes to the plate. She's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And Leal sends this one foul over to the left. Made the count 0-1. So Leal settles in. Looking at an 0-1 count here. And here's Tetralt. This pitch comes in. High for ball 1. And the count even at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. A runner at second. Here for Carroll on the top of the 3rd. And Leal shows bunt. fouls this one off into the netting to count 1-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the count 1-2, 1-2 pitch in from Tetrald, and Leal fouls it off once again. Third foul ball here in this at-bat for the leadoff batter for Carroll. Or the top batter in the rotation. This pitch outside for ball 2. We count even at 2. 2-2 pitch on the way, and Leal is going to fly out to center field for out number 2.
Center field for out number 2. Now batting for Carroll is number 5.
And 2 down, and coming to the plate is going to be Ayla Mata. 2 down and a runner at second. For Mata, who's 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout and her first time at the plate. And this pitch comes in, strike 1. And the count 0-1 here for Mata, who's going to attempt a bunt here, and this one goes foul. And Edmondson thought he nearly had a play on it there, but couldn't quite come up with it in the count 0-2. And this pitch comes in for ball 1. And the count 1-2, 1 balls, 2 strikes, 1-2 pitch on the way from Tetrald. And this one goes foul as it. So Mata going to come on back, and the count going to stay 1-2. Mata fouls this one off, and the count going to stay 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And looking in on the 4A regional quarters, it looks like we will have game 3 there as Cal Allen falls at a walk-off homer in the bottom of the 7th. And here's Mata popping this one up in the infield for out number 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like for y'all to make y'all's way out there to the concession stand.
So in the top of the 3rd, there was no runs on 1 hit. There was no errors. There was 1 left on base for Carroll. And we are headed to the bottom of the 3rd and due up for Leander. It's going to be number 21, senior Lauren Tetrald, number 9, Chrisma Edmondson, and number 14, Paige McCall when we return. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the third. Leading off is going to be the pitcher, Tetrol. And this first pitch is going to be fouled off over the field line. And the count 0-1. So here in the bottom of the third, Leander has put up 3 runs in each of the first 2 innings. Driven in 6 runs on 6 hits so far have the Leander Lions. And Tetrol gets all of this one, and this one's going and gone. Third homer of the day for Leander, and this one a solo shot to lead off the third. And that one to left field, and let's look at that one. Just sat on in and just got all of that one. And that one to clear left field and into the parking lot. And the lead is now 7-0, and that was, as you mentioned, the third home run. And coming to the plate is going to be Chrisma Edmondson. Edmondson swings, gets a piece of that one and fouls it off behind her, and count 0-1. This pitch a little high, call ball 1. And that home run, 3rd of the game, 4th of the series. And one last night for Braden, who's notched 2 home runs here in this series, one in each game. And this one by Edmondson going to be fouled off over the right field line for strike number 2. And the count 1-2. So the count 1-2 for Edmondson. Nobody on, nobody out. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way from Quiroga. This one high for ball 2. Count even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a 2-2 pitch in, and ball 3. And the count 3-2, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And 3-2 pitch on the way here from Quiroga, and this one gonna be ball 4, and a walk.
With the base on balls.
And that's going to be the second such for Edmondson. 2 appearances and 2 walks for her, and puts a runner on. So runner on, nobody out, and coming to the plate, number 14, Paige McCall. McCall reached base on a hit by pitch the first time up. And swing and a miss from McCall for strike number 1. So back to that Carroll and Fredericksburg. Fredericksburg winning 2-1 on a solo shot in the bottom of the 7th, and we're gearing up our Joe Bowling and Rudy Zamaripa for game number 3 out there in Jordanton. So be on the lookout for that one. As McCall here puts out a bunt and sends it foul, and the count is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out and 1 on here for McCall. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This one outside, called ball 1. Count 1-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Count 1-2. And McCall go back and sends it over the fence, and another home run for Leander, and this one a 2-run shot. And a third straight third straight 3-run inning. It makes it 9-0, and that 2-run shot over to right center field. And let's take a look at this one on the replay while the Carroll infield talks about it. And that one, as you see it, back and gone. That one just in, and you see McCall stumble there, but it wouldn't matter if she gained traction just to see the ball head over the fence. So it's 9-0. Two home runs here in the bottom of the 3rd. And 2 out of the 3 innings, they've had multiple home runs. 4th home runs, 5th of the series for Leander. We're back to the top of the lineup with Megan Lee, who's going to put down a bunt and perfectly placed. And she's going to come around on the throw to first. And the throwing error, so reaches base on the bunt, and then moves over to second on the error. So runner now at second, and 1 on and nobody out here still for Carroll. And the infield in the circle with for discussion. So we're going to take a break here while the Lady Tigers talk about it as they trail 9-0 here. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live.
Brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the 3rd. Nobody out and a runner on second for Leander. And coming to the plate, number 8, the freshman Madeline Strader. She's 1 for 2 with a couple of RBIs. Strader. And she comes to the plate, nobody out and a runner at second. This pitch comes in outside. Ball number 1. So Leander's had a couple of solo home runs and a couple of 2-run homers in this game. 1 of each in the bottom of the 1st, and then another pair here in the bottom of the 3rd. And Strader gets a piece of this one and fouls it off. Count 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Count 1-1. Next pitch on the way from Quiroga. And Strader puts it in play and forces Quiroga to come up to get it and reaches base. And now runners at the corner for Leander.
First and third. Up to bat is number 27.
And here comes Brandon. And Brandon with the home run and then intentionally walked. Let's take a look at this one. Just there shallow and making Quiroga come up and doesn't make the throw. As Strader was already safe at first. So nobody out and runners at the corner for Bailey Brandon, who's already got 2 home runs in this series. One last night. And a 2-run shot here back in the bottom of the first. And
Runner still second to take the runner.
a stolen base here. And the runner moves over to second and third.
No balls, 1 strike.
So the count 0-1 here and 2 on. Nobody out. Pitch in outside, called strike 2. And the count 0-2 for Brandon. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Quiroga. This one outside, called ball 1. So Quiroga ready, 1-2 pitch coming on the way outside for ball 2. And count even here for Bailey Brandon. And they count 2-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Brandon swings, gets a piece of that one, sends it off into the left field line for foul. Count going to stay 2-2. So the count even, and Brandon gonna settle into the batter's box in Quiroga. Ready. Here's a 2-2 pitch. This one outside for ball 3. And the count 3-2, 3-2 pitch on the way, and Brandon swings, makes contact, and sends this one foul. Looking at the totals, it's 9-0, 9 hits, driving in 9 runs, 4 home runs, and 1 error on Carroll, but that one coming just moments ago on a throw in the infield, but all the runs earned. 3-2 pitch on the way from Quiroga, and Brandon sends this one over to the second baseman, and the ground out, and the runner's going to score. And that's going to score number 4, Megan Lee. Make it 10-0. So 1 down and a runner at third. And to the plate is number 6, Nyson. This pitch outside for ball 1. And Nyson at the plate, 1 for 2 with a single tonight. Next pitch underway and swing and a miss for Nyson for strike number 1. Count even at 1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out, and a runner at third. For Leander here in the bottom of the third, they brought in 4 runs. So 3 in the first, 3 in the second, and 4 here in the third. This pitch in high for ball 2. And count 2-1. Next pitch on the way from Quiroga, and Nyson is going to send this one up and over the netting. And the count even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And count even at 2. 2-2 pitch on the way here from Quiroga, high, ball 3. And the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And 3-2 pitch on the way, and Nyson pops this one up, and there's the error on the infield, and that's going to cost another run, and Leander brings in another, and the second out drop there, and allowing Nyson to come over to second.
Up to bat is number 16, Delaney Brunker.
And the lead is now 11-0. And a runner on second. And coming to the plate is Brunker, who's 1 for 1 with a solo shot and a walk in 2 appearances. This pitch gets away from the catcher, and allowing Nyson to come into third and putting another runner in scoring position for Leander. So Nyson reaches on the error, settles in at second, and then comes into third now, and she's 1 for 2 with the single, and she's also reached, so the count is 1-0, and at the plate now it's Delaney Brunker, who hit the solo shot in the bottom of the first. So the count 1-0, and here's the pitch from Quiroga. This one comes in a little outside for ball 2. And the count now 2-0. And next pitch comes in from Quiroga, high outside for ball 3. So after that run coming in on the air, that's the 5th run coming in for Leander in this inning. And it counts 3-0, and Brunker gets a piece of that one and sends it into the netting. Strike number 1. Count 3-1 now. And it's going to be a walk here for Brunker. And runners at the corners.
Pitch running is number 10, Emily Hernandez.
And the runner's at the corner now, and coming in to the plate, sophomore Isabella Ruff.
Now batting is number 2, Bella Ruff.
So 1 out and runners at the corners for Leander here in the bottom of the 3rd, and here's Bella Ruff. First pitch in, called strike 1. And the runner at first moves over to second. And that's number 10, the junior Emily Hernandez. So runners now at second and third. And the count 0-1 for Bella Ruff. And Ruff sends this one up and fly out to left field, and it's going to be a sac fly. A runner comes in, and the runner safe at third. Number 6 comes in. That's Nisus, and makes it 12-0. And here comes the pitcher, Lauren Tetrault, with 2 down and a runner at third. And first pitch in for strike 1. Tetrault leading off this inning in the bottom of the 3rd with a solo home run. Now at the plate with 1 on, and she's going to send this one over to second, and the throw not there, and the run's going to come in, and she's going to move over to second on the error there. Make it 13-0, and that's going to be the 7th run coming in, and the 3rd error of the inning for Carroll. Just a rough bottom of the 3rd for the Lady Tigers. Here's Chrisma Edmondson. Two down, a runner at second. Pitch in down the middle for strike 1. So Edmondson, in her first 2 plate appearances, has been walked. And this pitch comes in as she makes contact, fouls it off. Count 0-2 now. And count 1-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes for Edmondson. And the count 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way, and Edmondson up the middle, past the glove, couple of gloves here, and she's gonna come around to second, and a runner's gonna score. And it's going to be an RBI double for her. And make the game a 14-0 contest here. And the runner now at second. And coming to the plate now is going to be number 14, Paige McCall. And we're going to get a new pitcher in here. As Jasmine Trevino is going to take the circle, and that's going to be the end here for Vanessa Quiroga, who allowed 10 hits and 14 runs coming in. There was 3 errors behind her, but we're going to head to a commercial break here while the new pitcher, number 7, Jasmine Trevino, warms up. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in to pitch for Carroll, number 7, Jasmine Trevino, and at the plate is Paige McCall for Leander. Second time she's up here in this inning, the first time a 2-run home run to make it 9-0. But here she is at the plate, runner at second and 2 out here in the bottom of the 3rd, and the count 1-0. And she hits this one into right field for a single, and runners at the corners for Leander.
Runners to first and third with number 4, Megan Lee, up to bat.
So we cycle back to the top of the lineup, and here's Megan Lee. And Lee is 3 for 3 on the day. So here's his first pitch in for ball number 1. So Lee recorded a single in the bottom of the 1st, and then single in the bottom of the 2nd, and then a single here in the bottom of the 3rd. And she pops this one up. And she's going to fly out to left for the 3rd, or to right, excuse me. For out number 3. So 8 runs come in. On 6 hits. There was 3 errors, and there was 2 left on base for Carroll in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back.
Visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at 1st and Jackson in Harlingen.
A Piece of Cake by Ibadas in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibadas, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibadas in Harlingen.
And he throws it down. Hey!
Hi, my name is Angela Rodriguez, and I am one of the owners here at Main Street Boutique and Bistro. We heard about the rent subsidy grant, so we contacted Rebecca Castillo with the EDC, and she was very helpful. She told us, what we needed to do, the requirements, and helped us go through the application process.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are now on top of the fourth inning. Leading things off here is Rayan Avalos for the Carroll Tigers. And count 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike. And a rough bottom of the third inning for the Carroll defense. 8 runs come in on 6 hits, and there's 3 errors for Carroll. And swing and miss here for Avalos for strike 2. Just a big inning there for Leander. A couple of home runs, second 2 home run inning for them. They sent 13 batters to the plate in that inning. And here's Avalos going deep. And Avalos is going to get Carroll on the board with a solo shot to the left. And Avalos with the solo shot. Makes it 14-1. And coming to the plate is going to be Vanessa Quiroga, and Avalos moves that one over the fence there to left, and there goes the shutout here. And here comes Quiroga, and Quiroga 1 for 1 with a single here tonight. Here's the first pitch, this one inside. Ball number 1. Next pitch in, outside, ball 2. And the count 2-0, 2 balls and no strikes for Quiroga. Swing and miss, and there's strike 1. Count 2-1, this one inside. Ball 3. And a count 3-1. And Quiroga sends this one up, and she's going to fly out to center for out number 1. And 1 down and coming to the plate, and it's going to be Jasmine Trevino, the pitcher, for Carroll. And Trevino for 1 on the day. This first pitch in, called ball 1. And this one going to be popped up and over. Foul ball for Trevino. The count moves to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Where Carroll's put up its only run on a Rayan Avalos solo home run. This pitch comes in high for ball 2. Count 2-1. And swing and a miss here for strike number 2. And the count even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 down here in the top of the 4th. And swing and miss and strike number 3, and down goes Trevino. And second out of the inning, 2 down here. And coming to the plate, number 9, it's going to be Caitlin Mendez. And Mendez 0 for 1 coming to the plate now. Here's his first pitch in. Called ball 1. Count 1-0. And count 1-0 here. This one outside for ball 2, and the count now 2-0 for Caitlin Mendez. And Mendez ahead of the count 2-0. Here's a pitch coming in inside for ball 3. Here's pitch 3-0 outside, and this is going to be a walk for Mendez, and she's going to reach base on balls. And coming to the plate now is going to be the catcher, number 15, Allison Garcia. So 2 down and 1 on for her. Garcia 0 for 1 with a strikeout the first time she was at the plate. This first pitch in for ball 1 for Garcia. Next pitch on the way. This one in for strike number 1. Count even at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Garcia swings, misses. Strike number 2, and the count moves to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way from Tetrol, and Garcia is going to pop this one up, and the left fielder going to get under it for out number 3 on the fly out. So that's the end here of the top of the 4th. And for Carroll in the top of the 4th, it was 1 run on 1 hit. There was no errors. And there was 1 left on base. So headed to the bottom of the 4th. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the bottom of the fourth inning, and Madeline Strader coming to the plate to lead things off here for the Lions, and this pitch in for ball number 1. And this pitch coming in from Trevino for strike 1. Count even at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the last time Strader's at the plate, hit a single. She's also got a 2 RBI double back in the bottom of the second. And she puts this one in play. Oh, here's the second baseman to make the play and ground out to second for out number 1. So one down, here comes Bailey Brandon. Brandon last time up, grounded out to second on a 4-3. Then before that, intentionally walked, and in the bottom of the first, a 2-run homer. Coming to the plate here, 1 down, nobody on, and first pitch comes in for ball number 1. Next pitch in, outside for ball 2. And the count 2-0 here for Bailey Brandon. Just what a series she's had. At the plate here, 2-0. Next pitch underway. This one in low for ball 3. The count 3-0 for Bailey Brandon. Next pitch on the way from Trevino, and that's going to be a walk. Is Brandon going to get on base on balls? So 1 on and 1 out. Here comes Marley Nisus. Last time she was up, she reached base on an error. One of the 3 errors by Carroll in the bottom of the 3rd. But she comes to the plate here with a runner on and 1 out. And Nisus makes contact here, and she's going to send it foul on the count 0-1. So if you're Leander, I guess you start to look ahead, and here's a throw over to second, and this one gets away and into the outfield, and that's going to be Brandon sliding into second. And the count 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike, and a runner now on second base for Leander. And if you look at the other side of the bracket, Victoria West and Georgetown will get the winner there. We'll get the winner from this series. And they count 1-1, and this one comes in low for ball 2. And count 2-1. For Leander Jr., Marley Nisus. And count 2-1. Here's the pitch inside for ball 3, and the count now 3-1 for Nisus, who's got a runner on second and 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. And Nisus sends this one into center field, and that's going to be a fly out for out number 2. So 2 down here after the fly out to center. And coming to the plate is going to be number 10, Emily Hernandez. And it's going to be Hernandez's first appearance. So she'll come to the plate with 2 out and a runner on second. Here's the first pitch in for ball 1. And count 1-0 for Hernandez. Next pitch on the way. Hernandez swings, misses for strike number 1. And count 1-1. Here's the next pitch inside. Called ball 2. And the count 2-1 for the junior Hernandez, who's the 4th batter up here in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch on the way. This one inside high for ball 3. And 3 balls, 1 strike, and here's Trevino preparing for the next pitch, and this one's going to be fouled off by Hernandez. And the count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three-two pitch on the way. This one low outside for ball 4, and that's going to be a walk, and runner who's now at first and second. And coming to the plate now for Leander is going to be Isabella Ruff. With 2 down. 2 down and 2 on here for Ruff. And Ruff is 0 for 3 with a sack fly the last time she was at the plate. And first pitch in for ball 1. Here's a throw over to third. And sliding in safely is going to be Bailey Brandon, and the runner's now at the corner for Leander. And the count 2-0 for Ruff. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. And that's the base runner, Emily Hernandez, moving over to second now. Runners posted up at second and third, and the count 2-1 for Bella Ruff. And next pitch on the way, and Ruff is going to fly out to center to end the inning. And that's going to be the third out, so no runs on no hits. There was no errors, and there was 2 left on base for Leander in the bottom of the 4th. We're through 4 complete, headed to the top of the 5th. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back.
Vegas, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the top of the 5th inning, and coming to the plate is going to be Brietta for Carroll. So Herrera, she is 1 for 1 with the double. And this pitch in for strike number 1. And count on 1 here for Herrera, the leadoff batter here in the top of the 5th. Pitch in, called strike 2, and the count 0-2 for Herrera. So 8-9-1 due up here for Carroll in this top of the 5th. It's Herrera, Duran, and Leal all due up here in the top of the 5th. And the count 0-2 here for the leadoff batter, Herrera. Who's going to send this one foul up the left field line? And the count going to stay 0-2. And the count 0-2. Swing and a miss, and down goes Herrera for out number 1. And that's 5 strikeouts for the Leander pitcher. That's Lauren Tetrault. And coming to the plate, number 11, Haley Duran for Carroll. And that's 1 down here in the top of the 5th. This pitch comes in inside, called ball 1. And the count 1-0, next pitch in. That outside edge for strike number 1. And the count 1-1. Now 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. And nobody on. Next pitch in, a little high for ball 2. And count 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike for Duran. And Duran pops this one up, and the shortstop's going to get under it, make the play for out number 2. And 2 down, and top of the lineup we go, and here comes Lindsay Leal, who is 0 for 2 on the night. And just 3 hits given up to Carroll tonight. First pitch in for ball number 1. And next pitch in, called strike 1. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out, nobody on here on the top of the 5th inning. The Carroll Lady Tigers. Down to the last out here. Here's the pitch, and Leal over to second to end the inning and the series. So 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. And Leander drives in 14 runs on 11 hits, and they win 14-1 over Corpus Christi Carroll, and they're going to advance to the regional final, take on either Georgetown or Victoria West. And highlights of the game for Leander, just 4 home runs on the night. 2 runs shot by Bailey Brandon, and then a solo shot from 16 Delaney Brunker. And then you head over to that huge inning where they saw another couple of home runs come in. One coming from Paige McCall, and another on a solo shot from the pitcher, Lauren Tetrault, who had four scoreless innings in the circle and a couple of strikeouts to her name. So she had a pretty solid outing all around. Got the win in the circle and got herself a home run. So she'll be our player of the game here tonight. So appreciate you guys watching. And that's going to do it. Leander wins this Class 5A regional semifinal series, 2-0 in a clean sweep. I'm Mark Molina, and thank you guys for watching on Real Sports Live. And make sure to go follow us on all our social media accounts. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. And you can also find us on the Roku Network. That's Real Sports Live, RIO Sports Live. Thanks again for watching, and have a good night.